All right. Good morning, world. Happy Monday. Deb and I are back for another morning live stream. And just, woo, I have been practicing sleep cycles and my chronotype, and it has totally thrown me out of whack. So I'm hoping over the next few days it'll kind of come to light. Though I took this test and I've played around with chronotype and working on not touching my phone in the mornings and embracing the day. Though I don't know about anyone else, I am such a light sleeper. It is so difficult for me to get to bed. I have practiced probably for the last 10 years to hone into my sleep cycle. And it's like I am this like sleeping cat that if you touch them, they're gonna like wake up. So it's I took this I've taken tests, but I took this one. It's like, oh, you're a dolphin. And I'm watching him. We're 10% of the world, like the crazy people that don't sleep, don't need that much sleep, but need sleep and go crazy without it. And it's like, you're probably thinking, I don't think I need to be this type. And you want to retake the test. I was like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I am. So I did. And I was like trying to change the answers a bit to see if it would like move me to like be a bear or a lion. And it's like, no, you're a dolphin. I was like, fuck you, test. So it's been a wild journey the last couple days, monitoring my sleep cycle and trying to change it. Deb, how are you this morning?
How do you change it? How do you change your sleep cycle?
This one recommends to get up. Well, so at night, obviously, I think the keys to things is like less blue light at night and
Yeah.
in the morning. Full stop for anyone. For anyone, as human beings, we did not like until like the 19th century, we didn't have light to wake us up, right? So that's number one. Number two, because I'm such a light sleeper, it's like 2 hours before like no technology and let myself like write and read to tire my brain and then go to bed around 11:30, like push it to 11:30 so I actually go to sleep. And then in the morning, like wake up early, 6:30, and get right up and work out, which I used to do years and years ago. And I've stopped it. And its biggest thing is like get my body moving because my mind is so active. So when I get my mind moving and then have breakfast and not to touch any caffeine until 9:30. And usually I'll get up. By now I would have already had a tea. So pushing the caffeine because my mind again is so active already, the caffeine just supercharges it, and that's probably why I crash. And then integrate naps more frequently or breaks in the afternoon, which I advocate anyway. So it's just more so in the morning, switching around, like getting up, moving, and then doing some creative things in the morning to let my brain unwind and then eat and have caffeine. So that's flipping some things around. So I'm hoping it will change the way my nights go to be able to sleep better, to get to sleep better.
That's so interesting. I'm gonna have to take that test.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one who I'm a very light sleeper as well. Actually, I always used to wear earplugs when I slept, and I've been back doing that again. I just like I hear the birds in the morning. I hear everything. I can hear an ant crawl in the middle of the night. So I've started wearing my earplugs again. What is that? But I wake up. I wake up at 3. I wake up at 4. Today it was 4, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. So I'm gonna have to take that test.
Mm-hmm. Just rejigging things, and I was saying the other day, I was struggling with like, hey, how should I structure my mornings? I was like, just do fucking something different. Like, why am I overthinking? Because there's so many things to do. And for me, it was just like, maybe just have a shower right away. Like, get moving, have a shower. And that's just something that I haven't done in a while. Because normally I'll do some meditations and things. I'm just working on shaking things up because I do love routines and I do love having certain things going on. I think they're really good, especially if you have nothing going on and you find yourself scrolling for hours, then you're late for work, you're not feeling well. Like routines and getting into them are really great. I just also think it's good to kind of still shake them up a bit because that novelty into your body can maybe push you again to that next level. And I think of Tiger Woods because he had amazing years, amazing swing, and then he blew up his swing. And it wasn't because he wasn't great. it was because he wanted to like again level up, and that meant like kind of going back, moving forward. So again, like think of your routines or things that you're doing. It's like, okay, it's served for a certain amount. And usually it's like a year or two or a season. And then like I notice that it just doesn't fall into place.
Well, they say like the average person watches 4 to 6 hours of TV a day. Like, what can you do in 4 to 6? You could accomplish so much. And it's funny that we're very in sync today because I want to be very, excuse me, I want to pay a lot of attention to what am I doing with my time? Am I
Mm.
mindlessly scrolling? Like I would actually love just to shut off my phone this week, but that's probably not realistic because I have kids. But like, yeah, like turning off the TV, doing something different. How much more could you accomplish with the things that you want to do or the goals that you want to achieve, or even just like cleaning out the clutter out of your house? Like think of how much you could accomplish. So actually this is my goal for this week, is to really pay attention what I'm doing with my time and shutting off the TV and doing other things and getting outside and moving the body and all that good stuff. Last week I committed to not eating red meat and not drinking coffee. And I don't know if my body went into shock. I'm not really sure. It's not like I'm a
What
big
is
red.
happening?
I know, but I feel like it shut down. Like I was exhausted, but I think obviously my body maybe just needed a bit of a, and that wasn't even a, like, I know people that do like these full cleanses. I'm not sure my body would be able to handle that, to be quite honest.
I've
But it
never
was
done a
good.
cleanse. I've
No,
never like
I've never
in
done a
one of
real
those
one.
full
No.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe my body's telling me maybe I should do a cleanse. Anyway, yeah, I watched I'm not a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan per se, and I don't need the haters. I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Haven't gravitated towards them. I get it. There's just some people. It can't be
Yeah,
everyone's human.
no.
There's billions out there, man.
But I did watch his there's a 3-part documentary called Arnold on his life. And you were talking about Tiger Woods and his swing. And the first part is about Arnold as the bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
And he had this vision as a kid. Like he had the Mr. Universe on his bedroom wall, and that's all he visualized. And when he started bodybuilding and he came in second, where a lot of people would be like, oh, I came in second, either you're just gonna quit, or that really forced him, no, next year I'm gonna be number one. And so after he kept winning and winning and winning, he's like, I have nothing to do here anymore. Like I can't get better. I've won Mr. Universe X amount of times. That's when he got into acting. And then he wanted to be the best actor in the world. And that's what he committed himself to. And then when he came out on top of that and had all these number one movies, and that's when he went into politics. So it's kind of interesting. I walked away very inspired, and it made me like really look at, my values and how I want to show up, and even in my fitness, let's just say, even in my fitness, I don't want to be Miss Universe. Like, don't get me wrong, but can I commit to doing better? Can I commit to doing more for my business? Can I commit to, well, and I do, I want to be the best in my field for what I'm doing, but how do I need to show up differently in order to accomplish that? He really did inspire me. So I actually would recommend that docuseries. It was really interesting.
And I think that's where it's like I went through a stage like kind of like no TV, but that was because I was alone at COVID and I just didn't want to fall into the trap of like such despair because there was so much going on in the world. However, I know like I have such an again like this active mind that sometimes watching something mindless calms me down a bit.
Sure.
However, it's also thinking like, what are you consuming? And just taking note of these things that you are consuming because they are programming your subconscious. So exactly like choosing to see like, oh, this what's Arnold got going on, or I've definitely like I have a newfound respect for Lady Gaga for watching her like 5 foot nothing or 5'2" or whatever that documentary was. So there is really great like things out there. I'm not saying like don't watch anything. It's terrible. You're a bad human. No. It's just okay if you got these goals, it's gonna take maybe a little less binging or have that one show. Because remember back in the day, for the newer age people, you don't know this. Back in the day, we didn't have Netflix. We didn't have streaming. We had to watch TV with commercials. There was no fast forwarding. There was only one time a week that we could see Friends or whatever show you like to watch. The OC is something that I used to watch. Where's that on Netflix? Anyway, and that would be it, right? There wouldn't be this opportunity to consume media differently. So I think, again, we look at like, we talked about the light bulb and how much that's shaped our lives and how we sleep. And now we're adding in all this media and how we're able to consume. It's so easy. So it's also, it's like, I think the real grit and the real patience is being able to draw back and have that self-respect, feeling okay, like my body needs to move. I want to do these things. And that just takes a different level of, I think, attention and where you put your focus. And I think that's going to be a real skill to hone into, because that will level up whatever you want to do, whatever, personal, finances, friends, love, health, whatever.
So true. I think that's our takeaway for the week. I challenge everybody to pay attention. What are you doing with your time? What's your body saying to you? Do you need to move more? Do you need to move less? Do you need to rest more? Maybe we need to take this quiz that Allie took for sleep.
I'll drop it in the line.
Yes.
You get a dolphin, like, it's okay. Don't go crazy like me. Take the test 5 times. Resisting.
Be sure to check us out on Thursday with our episode of Connected Conversations. We will be back on Monday to kickstart your week. Have an amazing week, everyone. And don't forget to like, subscribe,